like a lost dog. I was just serving bows. How the fuck was the lost? Now they tryna come up to my door with they pose. That's why you can't come and shop if nobody else knows y'all.
Bro, on God, y'all could add any YouTuber, any Twitch streamer, any celebrity, any people, anybody in the weed industry. Oh God, I got the best ghost in the game. Oh God, I got the best ghost in the game. Hold on. God damn. Man, I've been smoking already for like... I started smoking when I was 12 years old, bro. I started smoking at 12 years old in like 7th grade with my homies. I remember back in the day, yo, you be scared to even tell your parents what you and your homies finna go do. At least I don't know about y'all. I ain't gonna lie. A lot of kids nowadays don't even gotta tell their parents shit. They just walk out the house. Bro, back in the day, back in my day, bro, I had to tell my mama whose house I was going to, if they parents is home, if they got a father figure. Like, mama have to check the goddamn sex offender registry, see if there's anybody in that area. Nah, let me stop. It wasn't that crazy, but shit was real back then, man. Nowadays, people don't even gotta ask their parents to go do shit. They just go do it. That's wild to me. I make his ass vanish. I pull out that magic stick. She was grabbing my dick. She say, damn, where it at? I think you got a shrimp. I remember the first time I smoked. I think, okay, I'm lying, because I was gonna say the first time I smoked was in 7th grade at 12, but that's cap. I think I smoked maybe at like 11, like a year earlier. But it was these two teenagers that lived on my block, and I was with two of my other homies at the time. It was this girl that was in my grade, but she was like a tomboy. She really was just, we were just hanging out. It was nothing like, you know what I'm saying? But and her brother, shout out her brother, bro. He used to be my homie for real. Man, I hope they doing good now. They moved out of state, I think, and just, I never heard from them again, honestly. My mom, I think my mom still has their mom on Facebook. Actually, no, I don't think she does, which is sad, because I really wish I could, you know, reach out to them. I'd be looking them up on Instagrams and shit like that, but I haven't found them. This was my dogs, bro. We started like a little gang and shit that we was all like claiming, but it was nothing like that for real, nothing serious. It was just some bullshit. You know, kids. We were in dead ass in like 6th grade, bro. Cause they moved there when I was in like 6th grade, so it had to be in middle school. I was gonna say like 5th, but that doesn't sound right. And I was with my little homies and stuff, and we saw them walking back there, and they just go like this, they go like that, and they motion for us to go over there. And so we say, bet. We go with them. We're walking towards like the woods. Pause. Hey, listen, first of all, never walk anywhere with nobody to the woods unless you like they're your homies, or like obviously like they your friends or something like that. But these teenagers, we just saw them around the block. We never hung with them or nothing. We didn't know their intentions, what they were doing. We just wanted to go with them. We were nosy ass little kids, so we went with them. And bro, these was the OG days. I'm talking about, we didn't even have a guard, bro. We didn't even have a guard. They had a little Arizona can crumbled, like bit in the middle. They poked the holes in the middle, and they put the butt on there. And I remember hitting it, and I remember coughing. I think I only hit it like once or twice. I didn't even really get high, but we started acting high, like dead ass. I started acting high on my cringe shit. But that's what you do as a kid, you know what I'm saying? You act over the top and shit. You know what I mean? I was being a kid. I was all okay, but I ain't gonna lie. I was a little overboard, cause like I was stumbling around and shit and like falling and shit, and I was like, ooh, I'm so high. But I wasn't really high. I was still like sensing it and everything. I didn't even feel a buzz. Maybe it was just cause they had shitty weed, or maybe it was just because That wasn't my time, I guess, maybe. You know, but that was my first time smoking, because I did have the smoke. I didn't inhale it. That was probably what happened. I probably didn't inhale it. I remember that was my thing for a minute, is I couldn't inhale right. It was crazy having to learn the inhale for the first time. After you get it down, you feel like that dude. But you know what I'm saying? You hitting the blunt, you like, see, it's just like an instinct to ghost. Just like exhaling this shit, not even inhaling it into your lungs and feeling that Mary Jew take up all the capacity in your shit. Now the next time I got high, it was me and my homies in 7th grade. This wasn't with the same people that I was with, because in a year time as a kid, friends change like that, on God. But I remember we all met up at the apartment, at my homie's apartment complex, and we were playing around for a little bit, like, let's smoke, but we didn't know where to get no weed. We were like middle schoolers, you know what I'm saying? We were middle schoolers and shit. We didn't know where to get no weed. We didn't know the kingpin. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, back then as a kid, that shit felt like a video game. Like, actually finding people with weed and shit like that. Like, it felt like a journey to find. Cause it's back in the day. You didn't have no motherfucking. Okay, I'm lying. You did have Facebook and shit like that. Instagram was coming out barely. It was like getting on its hind legs. It was still the OG Instagram. Yo, shout out to the OGs. Oh, hold on, this trap house. Hey, shout out 88 Dub, bro. Tell that boy keep doing music, bro. Every song, smack. I'm telling you, it's like no misses, bro. I'm glazing, actually. I'm low-key glazing. That's what glazing is. But I'm going to stop glazing. But we got that purified water. Ain't no Dasani, ain't nothing like that. We got it straight out of the 24 pack from the convenience store, for example. Hey man, I ain't gonna lie though, this water right here, the ones in these bottles be hitting different than like Fiji and shit like that. Like low key, I be thinking these hoes hit better. Maybe that's cause them hoes all I had as a kid, but these bitches right here, you can't never go wrong with a water in this bitch. Hey, my fault, bro. See, that's my ADHD right there, bro. I be getting off track and off course and shit. I was telling my real high story, and I just stopped talking. That's that ADHD right there. Shout out my ADHDers. But man, we all met up at my homie's apartment complex, and we were all like, let's get some bud. We didn't even know anybody with no bud. Where we gonna get the bud? How we gonna get the bud? How to get the Rillo? How to get everything, bro? Cause you know, smoking easy once you pass 21. Shit. But before you hit that age of 21 or 18, wherever you're at, my state is 21 legally, where you can buy Rillos and alcohol and all type of shit. But you can still buy an assault rifle. Don't get it fucked up. You can still buy a big ass AK if you want it. Shit. Happily. My state like, please grab an AK. You can get an assault rifle. You can get a sniper rifle. I think you can get a shotgun. A shotgun. You could have a shotgun at 18, but not some alcohol. Not an alcoholic beverage, God forbid. But hey, and that's some funny shit too, because they changed that law in my state. They changed the law from 18 to 21 when I was like 17. That shit had me in a fit of rage. That shit had me furious. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, wow, the year like the next year I'm turning 18, I can't even go in and buy my own cars. I still gotta ask my mama. Later on in life, like as a teen, you just gotta get comfortable with your parents about smoking. Like I know as a kid, it sucks, bro. I remember being a kid, yo, in this same story too. I'm about to tell you how I went home right after getting high, and when you get high for the first time, or like as a teenager, as a young teenager too, not like no motherfucker 17, 16, 18, but as like 12, that's preteen, 13, 14, I guess 15 too. You don't even want to make eye contact with your parents. You don't want to get dinner. You don't want none of that shit. You just want to go to sleep. You go inside, you just put your face in the bed like you hope nothing goes on, bro. Take his mama. What did she do? Miss Wilson, what did she do, bro? Miss Wilson nice as hell, bro. Miss Wilson ain't do shit. No, this is the same one. My girl waking from a slumber, she smelled that za. You want me to throw that at you? You wanna hit? Just sleep, but she woke up. I was like, oh yes. That's why I offered to pass it. Cause she gonna wake up later, and she gonna act like I never asked me to pass it, bro. I don't know about y'all, girl, but I ask her right now on camera live, and she'll wake up later on. I bet you she'll be like, you never asked me. I'ma show her this shit in editing too. So we was at my homie's apartments. I know I keep going with that part, but so we looking around for Buddy and shit, and my homie's like his neighbor. That's really was the only option, was his neighbor.
Boost your revenue and drive growth with Google Ads. Reach high-value customers across the
We pull up at my homie's
search, shopping.
neighbor's house, and a bitch with gold teeth open up the door, and she like, what y'all want? My homie, he's like, let me get some bud. I only got a 10. Or I think they had a 20, and they were like, let me get 2 G's. It was one of my homies. They smoked. They knew what they was doing and shit. But a lot of us didn't smoke. It was just that one homie who happened to know how to smoke and shit. Knew the terminology and shit. I was like, okay. So she say, hold on, give me a minute. She take the money, and I'm just in my head, I'm like, bro, let me find out we just got swindled, bro. Because it's really that easy, bro, with some little ass kids. I have a story on that shit too, but I'll tell you something like that next time. But we was chilling at the front, and it was like damn near like 15 minutes, probably like 20 minutes. And at that point I was really like on some damn, we just got jacked. Like damn, we really just got swindled in the act. Like that's crazy. And then she comes back to the door. She got it back. She gave it to my homie, and I remember we were just like, all of us were like, "Thank you." This piece just dipped. And fucking after we walked away, everybody swarmed homeboy with the bag, and we were all like, "Let us smell it. Let us smell it. Let us see it. Let us see it." You know what I'm saying? That homeboy that knew all the smoking shit, he was like, "Now we gotta get some wraps." And this was the worst part about smoking when you young, bro. We went up and posted at the store, talking about, could you buy a cigar? Could you buy a cigar? Really like out here begging, please buy a cigar. Man, I remember they made me do that shit. I don't know if it's because of my complexion. They thought I'd get more hospitality. but bro, I was about scared as a bitch asking it though. But I asked though, because I ain't no bitch. But I was like, excuse me, sir, would you buy a cigar? And he said no. Like a responsible adult. Nah, but after a couple more times, it's just hearing no, you shouldn't be smoking. No, I'm gonna tell your mama, all type of different shit. We finally got someone to buy a cigar. And I remember they bought us Swishers. I think that's what my homie asked for too. I don't know. Swishers back then were kind of like popular to smoke. I don't know. It's weird. But back then, Swishers weren't so bad, so we took the Swishers. Because that's all you could get if you got lucky. Well, again, just a Swisher. I remember too, it was a grape Swisher. And we walked like far as hell, bro. Unneedingly far. Yeah, that shit hit different. That shit hit different. The water from the bottle just hit different. It don't even hit like that in Fiji bottles, Smart Water bottles, Core bottles, nothing. But in that bitch right there, them hoes hit. Why the fuck would I do that? Well, my dumb ass burnt the shit out of my lip. Blunt surgeon of the year. I need an award or some shit for that. So we was walking down this long ass road, and like 70 dogs almost hopped out they fence area to chase after us. Man, I could like envision the walk in my mind again. Y'all gotta enjoy y'all young years, bro, because that shit go quick as hell, for real. I wish I would have listened to my father. Like he said, I would have said, cause bro, I wish I would have enjoyed those times a little more, bro, because now I can just envision them. We were walking in like all these trees overgrown. It felt so surreal. That was the first time I was about to smoke. Like everything was playing perfect. Like I'm really about to smoke. And homeboy knew how to roll too, so there wasn't no excuse, bad blunt, nothing like that. We was about to smack something. We ended up finding this abandoned house, which actually after a couple years started getting renovated. It's actually probably a nice property now. Probably a nice place to raise a family. It was a fucking like ran down crack house type looking shit, but nobody was in there at the moment, thank God. Ran down and we just walked up in the back, and there was a back room that was like clean. There was like the whole house was fucked up, but the back room was clean, low key. We sat down in like a circle, me and my homies. But I remember my homeboy Brendan was right here next to me, that shit. And my homeboy Jose right there. Damn, bro. Fuck. And my homeboy Jose started rolling that shit. And we were just talking about it like, they knew this was my first time. So like my homies was like telling me how to inhale and shit. Like each one of them, and I knew damn well some of them hadn't smoked themselves, but they were just trying to seem cool. So they were like, yeah, bro, you gotta inhale like this, like you gotta inhale like that, bro, and you gotta hit it like this, bro, like, and you gotta, you know what I'm saying? And then they were like, don't be a bitch, you got baby lungs, don't start coughing up and start throwing up and shit. And so homeboy rolled it up. This nice fat Swisher. It wasn't like crazy fat, but it was nice. It wasn't skimped out, that's for sure. And my homeboy lit it. I remember the first time I remember seeing him like that bitch, and like the smoke coming out of his mouth like this, like. I remember seeing that shit. In my head I was like, oh shit, like. Me and my homies was like, ooh, and someone did like a ghost, like some crazy shit, like went it through his nose. But we were passing it around. I remember that bitch got to me. Them first hits, man, I took that bit. I went. That bitch came off. When I hit that bitch, I practically didn't even inhale. And all I hear is, no, you gotta inhale it, like, after you hit, like, and then I took the next hit, I was not as clean as that, but I still inhaled it. And I was like, shit, I just started coughing so bad, like, dying. And my homies started laughing and shit, and I just passed it and just started dying. And we didn't have no water with us, and I was like, like damn near had tears, shit like that. But I wasn't no bitch. I wiped them bitches. I stopped, wiped the saliva that was on my lips and shit, and I said, bro, next rotation, let's go. And we just smacked it down, smacked it down, smacked it down. And I still remember that first high. That first high feeling was ecstatic. Everything was spinning low key. Lights were buzzing, crazy. And it just made me see, like I was looking at trees and shit as we passed by. I still remember walking back up that trail. There was trees overlapping, like the branches that had like some leaves hanging down. So they would like just flow over you as you walk by. Beautiful scenery. We was in the hood though, low key. So we probably shouldn't have been walking so fucking openly about to get snatched or some shit. We get back to my homie's apartments, and actually I think we went to the store first. I can't remember if we went to the store second. Okay, no, I was about to get confused with a different story. No, we went to the store first. I thought it was the time, bro. I remember one time me and my homies, we smoked at my homie's crib, high as fuck. And we went outside, and it was like a little community. It was like it's the apartment complex, but the apartment complex had like a group that would come and like throw events for the youth and stuff like that in the neighborhood and community, just to keep the community up, stuff like that. Just a little like church group or something. And bro, they had bushes, like I think they were like little bushes, rows like this, but they had a chicken inside of them. Bro, that night I devoured like at least 20 of them bitches. Oh God, I can't lie, that shit was amazing. But fuck, we went to the store and we were just getting like chips and drinks and shit, little fucking Arizonas, shit like that. And I got some Funyuns, bro. I remember that bag of Funyuns hit different, like a bitch. That shit hit different. I was in heaven. I was a big boy too, bro. I'm still a little big, but back then I was a big boy, bro. Like a little fat, chunky motherfucker. And them chips hit different. I ain't even gonna lie. That's funny as hell. Arizona hit different too. That shit smacked.